morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. How is everybody doing today? I'm coming on really quick here and I'm doing this recording. I've never done a recording before. So this is just like, I can't believe something that happened to me and I want to share it with you. I went and I purchased before I do that, let me welcome everybody to the recording. Like, subscribe to my channel, tune in for other content. So I'm going to get right into this. I purchased something, and it is what everybody is doing. It's called an Advent box. I had never, ever even heard of one, yet knew what it was. So I was like, okay, well, I just recently started really getting into crocheting. So they had an Advent box that was crochet. So with an Advent box, each day, the 1st through the 25th, you have a box you can open. And inside of that box, you get something, right? So anyway, I kind of ordered it late, so I was like, oh, well, it's not going to get here by the 1st of December, but whenever it gets here, doesn't matter. I'll open those boxes and I'll go day by day, after that. So I'm looking and I'm tracking it, and it says the box is coming from Italy. I was like, okay, I know it's not going to get here on time now, right? So then I'm following it. It's coming from Italy. All right. So I just happened to be on YouTube and I run across this other content creator that was talking about this box. And this box is called Christmas Advent box, right? But in each compartment, you're going to get something to do with yarn, which can be for crocheting or knitting or whatever, right? And she's showing what she actually got as opposed to what was advertised. So I was like, okay, bells, whistle, lights, whatever is going off in my head, right? So I was like, okay. So I sent her a message. I was like, you know what? Oh my God. I'm a little worried because I ordered that box. So she messaged me back and she said, well, hopefully you get something as opposed to nothing. So she was trying to make the best of a bad situation. So lo and behold, I go back on Facebook and I see this same box being advertised, right? So something said, screenshot a picture of, what's advertised. So I did. So I go to my mailbox. Now, mind you, I'm saying mailbox, right? And there's a box in there. So I open it. I'm looking at it. Now, as I'm opening, I look at the return label and it says it came from Chicago. And I'm always ordering stuff. So I'm like, I don't know what this is. Is it something to do with 3D printing or, did somebody send me a Christmas present? I'm really not knowing, right? So I come home and I open the box. And when I tell you I was livid, I was livid. Now, mind you, this box was $45 and some change. So let's just call it $46 for this box, which if it had the items that it advertised that you could possibly get in this box, it was well worth it. And it's my first box. So I'm like, okay, well, I don't know what they cost, whatever. So I got it, right? So anyway, I was like, oh no. Okay, so let me show you a picture of what the box, as I took pictures of it, of what the box was supposed to. I'm going to kind of turn this up a little bit so you don't see. So as you can see, you see the lady and you see the sizes of the box and you see her arms around the box. So each one of those compartments is supposed to have something in it, right? Supposed to have something in it. Okay, so that's one picture. Okay, here is another picture. I'm going to turn this up a little bit, guys. Bear with me. Turn this up a little bit. So here's another picture. This shows her holding the box. I don't know if I got it upside down or whatever. It shows her arms around this box. Let me flip it. Okay, it shows her arms around this box. Okay, so I'm like, okay. So now I took a picture of the box that I received. And in this picture, you could maybe think that the box was that big, maybe, right? Well, maybe. I'll pull the top down a little bit. So you may think that the box, this is the box laying on my table, right? You could think that the box might be that big. I don't know. But just to show comparison, because, you know, I'm a visual person and thought maybe you might be too, I took a picture of the box laying something that you could compare it to. Okay. Now, mind you, $45 for this box. All right. So I want you to tell me, this is that box next to my laptop. Okay. This is that box laying next to my laptop. Okay. So does that look like you have to put two arms around it to hold that box? I don't think so. I don't think so. Okay. So we're going to go even a step further. Okay. I want you to see in real time this box. Okay. This is this box. And we're going to go a little further because I'm actually going to share the content with you. All right. So let's take out day number 1. So day number 1, look at this. Y'all, look at this. Look at this. This is day number 1. Look at this. Can you see this? Okay, so let me open it for you. This little piece of yarn. This is what's in day number 1, okay? So we're going to go ahead. We're going to open the box, y'all. I want to share this with you because at the end of the day, I have another story to tell. I'll open a few of them. Okay, so for day number 2, here's another. It has the number 2 on there, right? And here we go. This little bitty, when I say little bitty, what can I put next to it so you can really see? Okay, so this is some thread that I have. You see how small that is in comparison? I'm telling you. Yes, heated beyond measure. Okay, so we're going to move right along because there's actually, again, 25 of those little boxes in there. Okay. There are actually 25 of those little boxes in there. Okay. So it goes on and on and on and on. And all of these boxes are mainly just little rolls of yarn, little balled up rolls of yarn. Okay. I was going to open all of these, but you know what? As I open them, I'm getting heated all over again. So yeah, it's, so then, you know, I was like shaking the box and I'm like, there's something rattling in there. So what could that be? I'm looking around and looking around. I wish I could find it. I don't remember what number it was, but inside of one of these boxes, it wasn't even yarn. If I could show you, let me find one. Let me find one. I'm up here shaking them now because I want to come to one that has what the other options are inside of one of them. I haven't got to it yet. I'm gonna get to it because okay, don't tell me it's all on the bottom. Ah, here we go. So the only other thing that you got inside of one of the boxes, other than them little bitty little ball, little miniature rolls of yarn. I want y'all to see this. Okay. So they had the audacity to send me. That's 2 plastic needles that you could use like for sewing with embroidery or whatever. 2 plastic needles. And these are what you call markers, where you mark where your stitches are, where you stop to start it or change stitches, right? So these are the things. That's it. That's all that was in these boxes, right? So I was like, no, not today. I'm not the one. I am not the one. So this whole message to everybody is this, okay? Be mindful of how you pay for things, okay? Be mindful of descriptions and presentation of the different things that you purchase, your merchandise and stuff, right? So I was like, well, wait a minute. How did I pay for this? So now I'm going back and I'm looking at my bank statements or whatever. I don't know the name of the company or anything, because what I will tell you is when I was tracking it, it said it was in Italy. Then it said something about Korea, Japan, China, had all these different things, right? And I'm like, you know what? Christmas Advent. Let me go see. Because if I know me, hopefully I paid for it through PayPal. Let's cross my fingers, right? So I go to PayPal and lo and behold, bam, there it is. So now you want to put in a claim, right? Like, okay, so the first thing they have you do is they want you to contact the seller and try to resolve everything between you and them. Well, when I looked at the information to contact the seller, it had a phone number with 4 alphabet and 8 numbers and then 5 other numbers. So I was like, okay, well, I already know that's going to be a no-no. I'm not going to be able to get anybody that way. So I put in a claim through PayPal. And as I'm going through and they're asking questions, I was like, well, wait a minute. Okay, so I can't say I didn't get it because I did get it. I can't dispute being overcharged or whatever because I was charged. Okay, so I scroll down a little further and I'm thinking and I'm thinking and I'm thinking and I'm saying to myself, wait a minute. The key to it all is this. The key is this. This is not as it was advertised. Maybe, just maybe, that's going to be the reason why. Okay. So I put that in there and everything, not as advertised and whatever. And I submitted it, right? So they come back with they gotta tell 30 days to resolve it, and they'll contact the seller, and when they get back to them, whatever. But if it wasn't be resolved by this day, to come back, and escalate it, right? So I said, you know what? I'm not going to forget. So I went in my phone and I put 2 days before that date to make sure that I went back, and I'm cool. We going to see what happens, right? So why, guys, just ask me, why did the seller contact me and ask me for all the information that PayPal had already submitted to them, which was the reason why they were contacting me, right? They had been notified that I had put in a claim. So why are you contacting me, asking me for the same information? Okay. So I was like, okay, well, you're going to play. So now we're going to play timeline, right? Wait to, and then say you didn't respond, or you didn't respond in a timely manner. I was like, you know what? Well, boo-boo, stop right here. We finna go past. We finna go all the way to the top. So I went in and I escalated it, because now the seller had been contacted. We went through that. Okay, and now you want to play games. Well, no, not going to play no games, because, it's just bad that during the holidays, or any day for that matter, you have people out here that are scamming, and what they're playing on is the fact that you won't contest the purchase. You won't escalate it. Most people be like, oh, well, I just got, no, no. I'm in business. I have a business. I have expectations, and I expect to provide a customer with what they ask for, okay, and in a timely manner. Integrity is everything, and I'm key on customer service and integrity. Key. Okay, so I escalated it, and when I escalated it, PayPal asked me if I had any other evidence to substantiate my claim. Well, how about I sent these pictures? How about I sent these pictures to show that what they advertised, and I could see a little light in there, excuse that, is not what I got. Okay, what they advertised is not what I got. So I attached the pictures, which the seller hadn't seen that because it wasn't in the original claim, right? So I attached the pictures, and then they told me, well, now it would take, still so many days, or whatever, to get a response and to find out whether or not, they decided in my favor. Well, today I got an email, and the email said that the money was being put back into my account because they had decided in my favor. Okay. So I'm coming on here to let you know, be very, very careful how you're making your purchases, how you're paying for items, making sure that you're reading the descriptions, because all that matters, So a lot of times we want to use Zelle and whatever these other platforms are, and know that in some cases, like this particular case, you may have been out of luck. Okay. I know that PayPal will file claims, they'll investigate, they'll do all of the above. And one of the key things that I do is pay attention to how I'm paying for something. Okay. So people that don't want you to charge them to this account because they don't want to show income, they want to use this or that, preferably. Now, there are some platforms out there that are reputable, don't get me wrong. But if people are not supplying you with an invoice, if people are not supplying you with the receipt, if you can't track how you purchase something, just know that you're leaving yourself wide open to not be able to obtain your money back, and are not being able to go after them if they don't provide a service. So you're going to provide a service to me and you can't tell me how much it costs. You're going to provide a service for me and you can't tell me what it in fact covers. You're going to provide a service and tell me you can't pay me like this because I can't show income. Time out. Time out. I'm about money, not friendship. Okay? I have to protect my investment. I have to have something in place for write-offs. So just imagine, you purchase things and you don't get a receipt. And then at the end of the year, you need to take and show what you paid out, what you bought, what you invested against what you earned. Where you at? Where you at? I'm not saying any of this to be facetious. This is real talk. The lady on YouTube that purchased the same package got nothing. She's out of her money. Because I paid for it the way that I did, I'm going to get my money back. I'm going to get my money back. Okay, so guys, be mindful. People are scamming and scheming, and it's unfortunate that this happens. It happens a lot. I wonder how many people did they get over on? How many people were not able to go back, filed a claim, escalated, and get their money back? So guess what? They won. They won. So just take, let's say $45 times 10. And I know it was way more than 10 people that purchased this box that are out of their money. So I just hope and pray that some of them didn't just say, oh, well. I hope and pray that a lot of them used PayPal or another reputable means of paying for something so that they can go after getting their money back. I'm hoping, but I want everybody to know that we need to pay attention to who we're doing business with, what their business ethics are, what means of payment that they accept, and how is your purchase insured? How is it insured? So, and it was really interesting because one of the questions PayPal asked me was, did I want to return the object? And I said no. And they asked me why. And I said, because I do not want to pay the return postage. Because at this point, I don't know where it came from, or I really don't. And why should I have to pay anything out of my pocket for somebody that was trying to beat me? Okay. Or play on a picture, play on words, or however it was, scam, whatever you want to call it. Okay. At the end of the day, this was misrepresented. It was totally misrepresentation. How 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 is this? See how her arm is on that package? How is it? It's not. Okay. So I just wanted to come live really quick and share some of those gems with you. I just like, look, let me get it off my mind. Let me put it out there. And I want everybody to know that this is all a cost of doing business. And we need to be mindful and protective of our financial investments when we are spending our money to obtain products. Okay. I always say, as far as my webpage goes, that PayPal would definitely be an option of payment. Okay. Some people say, okay, your credit card, you could do the same. I like the fact that PayPal expedited this, researched it, went after the seller that was using their platform, and did what? Refunded me my money. Okay. All righty. Well, I want to thank everybody for tuning in. This is Bedazzling Design, the Crafting OG, bringing you some real live tips and tricks to make sure that your purchases, your business, and your money is what? Protected. Okay, so I'm going to get out of here. And if you have not, please do go and subscribe to my channel. That's Bedazzling Design, the Crafting OG. And until the next time, you guys have an absolutely fabulous rest of your day. Okay? Enjoy your holiday. Bye-bye. Yeah.